So forgive me if I'm paraphrasing, but you said something in there about, blah, blah, what's my story? What's my purpose? What is your purpose, Vafa?
My purpose, truly, honestly, my purpose is to, because it came really hard to me, so that's what I really am passionate about, for people to get the courage and the clarity to live life on their terms.
Like that.
Literally, that's what I want to promote in the people that come in my path, just because when you get the courage to think there is a better way, when you get the clarity of how to do it, when you are happy in your own skin and you, in a manner of word, you're selfish, but not in the selfish way that we perceive that word. When you actually see to your own needs first and make sure that you are happy, then you create a much better environment for your children, your spouses, people that you live with, the people you work with. And that's truly my purpose, to get people to actually understand that they can. And it's just a matter of kind of, finding what their ikigai is, which is something else that we could come to at a different
Sure.
time. What about you? What's your purpose?
My purpose is to help people answer that question differently from the way I used to. So whenever people would say, "What do you do for a living? What's your purpose? What do you really want to do?" I would find myself having this deep visceral reaction because I kind of feel it. I couldn't put words around it, but I was afraid of how strongly I felt that. And I would push back from it. I would hold it at arm's length and I would make some blokey quip. So what do you do for a living? As little as I can get away with. So what's your purpose? Oh, to get home on time and have a great meal every day. Something really silly, trivial like that.
Prescribed almost, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I wasn't comfortable to get close to kind of what I actually wanted to do and what was I actually found fulfilling. So what I actually find fulfilling is helping people connect with their own sense of identity. What I actually find fulfilling is helping people reconnect with their sense of purpose so that they can do what drives and fuels and energizes them. Um, but I can only say that because I have dug around in that and understood it for myself, and I'm prepared to say that to in front of whoever and to whoever, whatever their reaction may be to that. And when you work with people, when you see people have little aha moments, either in coaching sessions or you catch up with them sometime afterwards, and they suddenly are able to tell you what it is that's important to them and what knowing that has enabled them to do, it's just like, that's not work. That's free energy. That's just, the feel. I can't describe that feeling. And I think to kind of like get a bit meta about it, being able to help other people come to that realization is just the best thing that I could do. So that's what I want to do. Help people connect with their sense of who they are, reconnect with their sense of purpose, and then see what comes from that. Because after that point, it is all them. So you may work with them for a long time, you may stay in touch with them for a long time and help them channel and focus that. But having been part of them understanding that bit and then doing whatever work it then takes to go forward and achieve, get results as a result of that, it's just a privilege.
And not many actually know the power that that holds, because purpose, identity, values, all of those are words that get thrown about these days. And I feel that unless you have experienced work like that, you don't actually see how impactful it is.
Indeed, and I think it's one of the reasons as well that for a lot of people in modern life hold separate their work selves and their private selves, and consciously and without apology express themselves in that way, think that way. Because I think if the goals you have set for yourself are very separate and different from the values that you hold, then you have to hold those two identities separate. Otherwise, it will collapse. It doesn't make sense. I think people who have been able to put them together, who are able to reconcile those things, and either challenge themselves on what their values actually are, or challenge themselves on what their aims actually are, and bring them closer together, get to live every part of every day as a whole person. And that is a more fulfilling way to live.
And hence the personal revolution, hence my brand. My brand is called Personal Revolution, and it literally was about realizing a revolution. And the fact that so many professionals that have had years of experience and knowledge in a certain field and had great jobs that had security attached to them from financial perspective, from a kudos perspective, all of that, all of those we have, we've kind of given up in the quest
Deliberately.
to deliberately, precisely, knowing how difficult it is for all of you business owners. You know how difficult it is to actually be a business owner. You don't have the safety and security of a paid job at the end of the month. You don't have your paid leave. So that's how we are empowered, by finding who we are, by finding our values, our identity, and how we can help others reach that we've actually thrown away our very secure jobs and have chosen the paths that we have. So that's what I mean about, until you work with somebody and
Sure.
see the impact, you're not actually persuaded, are you, that this stuff works? You think it's just
Entirely.
a bunch of words that are being thrown about. And I was surprised in one of my courses many years ago to find that people didn't know what their values were. And that's exactly when I realized that, one of the reasons I was so unhappy at work was because my values were not aligned with the values of the culture that I was working within.
Yes.
So that for me was such a wake-up call. And that's when I realized that that's why I've had this gut ache, that gut ache that just doesn't leave you. It's like a fist, isn't it? That's heavy and sitting in your tummy. And I think, I'm sure I didn't overeat. I have no idea why this thing is just weighing so heavy inside my tongue. And that's what it is. It's just those kind of gut reactions that we get to having to be a different way to how we really want to be. So values, for those of you who aren't sure, are kind of the things, the motivations that drive you forward or away from something. So when you're happy, it's because one of your values is being satisfied. And when you're really unhappy, it's because one of your values is being violated. So that's how you can actually find out what your values are.